More! Funny enough, The Pool of Sacred Tears was the name of my band in 8th grade. Damn, if this movie takes a hard left into ogre porn, I gotta say, I'd be much more on board. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Drac. They've only made unicorn marriage legal in 4 countries so far. Okay, the power of boners compels you. Double fisting the chow plopper. The clenching of this guy's butt cheeks while he yells at the rowdy crowd is nightmare fuel. Eat me, I'm organic is my new pickup line.
At least one of us retires to a sex dungeon at night and gets spanked by a dominatrix while cry-reading Dr. Seuss books.
Cool shot and all, but why are metal objects falling? I thought everything was being sucked up into the magnetic space croissant. So he saves the day by spraying shoes onto the food uvula to stop it from dumping more giant meals out of its sentient sphincter. What? I guarantee you this is not what you'll find if you Google blow and go. Can't believe I'm saying this, but that puppy! This move doesn't work out any better for Incrediboy than it did for me at Taylor Swift's New England estate, which is why in about 15 years, Taylor Swift is going to be really sorry once I unleash all my evil inventions. She wants his hammered-in robot dick! Oh, with all the stuff we just watched, it's amazing the timing of Randall's exit from the bedroom. No, 4 piston cups! Ha 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 ha! Damn it, movie. If you're gonna be a Chappelle Show skit ripoff, at least show some balls and throw in some porn. Also, movie confirms the fact that ogres have testicles in the same place as human, which is a question I didn't realize I had. DreamWorks has an unhealthy obsession with putting large quantities of things in its characters' mouths. Wasn't it a bitsy teeny weeny yellow block can't be unseen? Har har, bunnies have lots of sex. This is verbatim what my college girlfriend said to me after our second time having sex. Father is thinking about a full game of hockey while eating? That's racist, but also impractical. Which is why we mostly just sit around with our thumbs in our assholes, because there are only 3 or 4 people in the world that want to do that.
I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
Batman's dead parents are about to ruin another movie. Bountiful penis is A, a colloquial name for an orgy with more than 2-to-1 male to female ratio. B, an actual prayer I used to pray to try and make my larger. C, a spicy Albanian cola drink. Or D, the shooting title for Boogie Nights. Aww.
He called me Little Lottie.
The spectrum starts with angel on one side and ends with a disfigured, horny angel that's desperately trying to hide a Scottish accent, grooming a child to become his songbird bride someday. Sure, this movie with a paper-thin plot is almost 2 hours long, so there's definitely some time to devote to animated rabbits dancing to a song about penis. And that was the day that Metro City was saved by the power of blue balls. Apparently one's ability to play hockey is dependent upon the ability to keep memory balls in a thing. Behind every great man is a woman pointing and yelling at him to make unkeepable promises. I've gotten hundreds of thousands of bad reviews, a few dozen hate mails, and 2 separate hand-drawn maps leading me to dangerous locations, but none of them has caused me to die of sadness. Ugh, if Dicer wrote this pun in a sin, I would cut it and cut his pay, and consider even cutting his... Horny Ted would be excellent at CinemaSins. Zootopia made me Google how many teats does a gazelle have. There's still a lot of movie left, so let's make like Shawshank and see how much we have left to crawl through till we finally get to freedom. Jesus, what was the point of the first movie if Shrek's just gonna reboot to being a sandy butthole? In movie world, if you have one argument, there's absolutely no recourse. You either have to endure annoying every day, or you have to sign a shady magical contract from a guy you met in a forest. No lie, this is f***ing terrifying. This is supposed to be an amusing credit scene, and the bunny goddamn pops! The thing I love most about the Hotel Transylvania is the adorably casual cannibalism. Yes, Poe, build your child army. Man, it's hot. Could someone open a small hole in the wall? And someone else responded, there isn't one. We should have one installed. Look, I worked 35mm projection from 1993 to 2012, and never once did I have film burn because of an alien invasion. I bet DreamWorks is working on a prequel, where Oogway is lighting candles and Poe is trying to stick ninja stars in his bedroom wall for an hour and a half. This movie is Doc Hollywood dressed up as an animated race car flick and no boobies. This time, they send a self-destructing iPad. Second mission, regular-ass phone call direct to this family's home phone line. But I can't stop thinking that a 69 between these two would be potentially lethal.
This is Burke.
God damn it. F*** you, mailbox bot. Get the f*** out of my house. You didn't knock? Jesus. There are 4 of them. Why are they called the Furious 5? Oh wait, I didn't see the mantis. That's racist. Jesus, what qualifies as knowing a lot about a subject? The frequency of their bowel movements? They were riding perfectly well on the train a few centuries ago before Van Hot Pocket showed up.
He's Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, f*** me sideways. This is what I used to tell my college roommate whenever I thought there was a possibility of coitus in my dorm room that night. She used to believe that this f***ing gingerbread man can fully consume a chicken wing. She's not just a hippo, she's the sassy black hippo friend. Ham-handed ham handily hatches horrible hammy humor. They've been in here for enough time that, like, they could be trying to recruit Hitler. Jeez, Granny, you just bonoed that dude. Have a little compassion. Oh look, a racist fox. We have one of those in our world too. Okay, back the f*** up. Beep, beep. Beep. Movie continues its needless assault on squirrels. How does news about the various emotions travel outside of headquarters to imaginary friends or employees of a human head? Nothing like including a bunch of sexual predator jokes in a kids movie. 45 seconds of Disney and Pixar basically 69ing each other.
This is exactly what I used to yell at my college girlfriend shortly before ruining sex.
Yo, even if he looks kinda like your dad, do not follow this instruction from a complete stranger. This guy is either mining Bitcoin or he's mining Bitcoin. Which brings up this question. Is everyone just walking around completely naked? And if so, do they not have genitals? If they did, this would be a very different movie.
Is there a gremlin masturbating to a sleeping Alex?
I want a nice, polite stalker that alerts me to his whereabouts via note every morning. Stationary selection is key here.
I did, but I'm done.
Movie was clearly spying on my middle school interactions with girls.
Shouldn't Beats by Dre be releasing species-specific sets? Great, now I have to think about how emojis reproduce.
Movie has balls, man. Balls of heart. Ironically, this was how this movie was pitched to the head of Illumination at the bar at the local Applebee's, and unfortunately he was drunk enough to say yes. Think that a 50-ton kite wouldn't allow a kid and an old man to maintain their position, but you'd be wrong.
Tomatoes are not water balloons.
Try everything? Even prostitution? Needle drugs? Burger King hot dogs? Add plus one more sin for making me write the word sexy hippo.
Somehow the argument between Justin Timberlake and the director made it into the actual movie. Casual reference to the rampant incest in this hive is extremely casual. It took like 3 seconds after Grindr was released for one-eyed Christian farmers with neck tattoos meetup.com to start.
Am I a panda? The Invisible Man disrespecting this joint is legit. Sounds Batmilliar. Sounds Familbat. Bats for Batman Bat. I think it's safe to say Sally took the Cone theme way too many steps too far. Like, she might be a serial killer, for reals. The only thing the villains in this movie love more than kidnapping is fashion. But the bad guy dragon is black, and the good one is white, because that's racist.
Who apparently has very specific sleeping needs, gets angry, and destroys entire apartment buildings? I forgot how much coke everybody was doing in the 80s.
Also, there had to be a better way to phrase this part stuff. What about, these are your bits, or these are your pieces. Here's your wind-up. And look, it's not like I want to see cartoon nudity. You want to see cartoon nudity.
They'd probably survive that, which we would then send.
Nothing screams excitement about becoming a father quite like leaping directly into the flow of oncoming traffic.
Talking about race cars or sexual fluidity or city planning.
Speaking of which, asshole scan before entry is what I used to tell my, and I will always sin the perking up of cage ears. So Elastigirl's kryptonite is the entire month of January? Since when is that a thing? Which means they simply needed to locate Kanye West to defeat the bad guy. The universe seriously set up a general rule that even if you live forever, you can only be content with one person?
Ariana Grande's already broken this rule several times, and she's only 25.
Just 1 second or more sooner, and he'd have busted Sully running through the floor with a child in the bag. And then the next guy who wants to liven up his bland meal will be thwarted by a congealed spice blob. It's not just the penguins. All the animals here are racist. But what you really need to be doing is making that Scottish accent reappear. Is it just me, or is it creepy that the prince traveled all this way just to get it on with a woman he doesn't even know? Sure, and you were likely made from Taiwanese plastic. But I don't see you subconsciously booking a flight to Taipei. It's like if Seinfeld did an entire episode where Kramer just kept manically entering rooms. It's a movie. But it also means that at some point Skinner definitely stuck a cucumber up his ass. Hey kids, want to go see a fun movie about Chicken Little? And then they left the theater with traumatized children.
Whoa, hold on now. Wait just a f***ing second. Are you telling me Shrek is an ogre? When did this happen? Why didn't anyone say anything? Disney still feels the need to jerk itself off for 40 seconds before the movie starts. I guess this is why the hairs on our necks stand up every time we walk into a Sears.
Hey, get your fat bastard out of my Shrek. Holy mackerel. How many cockeyed phrases are these bums gonna throw at me? Oh, you've got trouble. Right here in Metro City. With a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for put me out of my misery already. This is exactly what Uncle Henry said to me just before he took me out behind the... It's so cold there, it makes the relationship between Drake and Pusha T look warm. Metro Man cares not for your puny human concepts like safety, parental consent, or shaken baby syndrome. Like, I might have cried about it once or twice my freshman year in college during the really lonely nights kind of hard. And by me, I mean some other loser who cries over toys that is definitely not me. My college girlfriend said to me when I brought home a watermelon, a paper shredder, and a pool noodle. We've been compared to Donald Trump at least twice publicly, but we've never colluded with Russia. I don't think I'll ever be able to trust TV again. I'm not saying some little kids wouldn't be into this, but I am saying those little kids would either grow up to be psychopaths and or Apple Store employees. Yesterday, mine told me to drive through a cow field to get to my destination. I heard they masturbate. So lovely. So romantic. Such stalky. All toys should be doing it. Post-credits, assault and battery. That would be like me discovering that I had a third hand my whole life and I didn't notice it until some lady rubbed my neck. Also, Dennis, I'm coming is exactly what my college girlfriend screamed at me at the apex of our first sexual encounter together. And rats were never considered vermin again and swarmed into kitchens around the world. The end.